Okay, my friends, we're looking at another module to review, show what you know in Amplify. So here's slide 1. We have 3 times 2x minus 6 is equal to negative 15, and it wants us to solve it using inverse operations. So we can get rid of this 3 that's being multiplied first by dividing both sides by 3. And then we're just left with our 2x minus 6 equals negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. Then to get rid of this minus 6, we'll add 6 to both sides. Negative 6 plus 6 cancel out, and we have 2x equals 1. Negative 5 plus 6 is 1. And then our final step is to divide by 2. And then we get x equals 1/2. So we get x equals 1/2. And oops, you can put shown on whiteboard, or you can share the steps that we did here to explain your thinking. Then push ahead to slide 2. More solving with one variable equations. Let me get my bigger marker. Oops, get out of my way. There we go. Okay. So the first one is negative 2 times x plus 5, and that's equal to 3x plus 5. So since we have 2 terms over here on the right, first thing I would do is distribute this negative 2. I don't want to divide yet because that'll get messy over here. So we get negative 2x, and negative 2 times 5 is a negative 10. And that's equal to 3x plus 5. Then I'm going to add 10 to both sides. And I get negative 2x equals 3x plus 15. And then I'm going to subtract 3x on both sides. Negative 2x minus 3x is a negative 5x equals 15. Divide by negative 5, and we get our final answer of x equals negative 3 for the first one. Our second one, let me move my video here. So we have x minus 2x plus 10 equals 2x minus 28, all divided by 2. So first of all, these are on the same side, so we can combine them. 1x minus 2x is a negative x plus 10. And we can also divide both of these by 2 to get rid of that fraction. 2x divided by 2 is just x, and minus 28 divided by 2 is 14. Let's get our x's together. So I'll subtract x from both sides. Negative 1x minus another 1x is a negative 2x plus 10 equals a negative 14. Subtract 10 on both sides to get negative 2x equals negative 24. And then divide both by negative 2. And we get x equals 12. Beautiful. And hit submit. Take a screenshot, take whatever you need, get those notes, and when you're all set, push ahead to the next slide. Here is an equation, 10x equals 2.5x. How many solutions does this equation have? So we can move this 2.5x to the other side. And then we get 10x minus 2.5x is 7.5x. 10 minus 2 is 8, minus another 0.5 is 7.5, and that equals 0. Divide both sides by that 7.5, and we get x equals 0. So this is one solution, and our solution is x equals 0. Beautiful. Go ahead to the next slide. A subway's total capacity is modeled by 6x plus 2y equals 120, where x is your seating capacity and y is your standing. Which equation represents the same relationship? So it wants us to solve for y. So we'll do that by subtracting that 6x term from both sides. And then we get 2y equals 120 minus 6x. And then we're going to divide everything by 2 to get y equals. 120 divided by 2 is 60. Negative 6 divided by 2 is a minus 3x. So we have 60 minus 3x there. And then it says for each seating capacity, determine the standing. So if x is 5, then y is 60 minus 3 times 5. Well, 3 times 5 is 15, and 60 minus 15 is 45. So when there's 5 seated, we can have 45 standing. And when x is 10, we have y equals 60 minus 3 times 10. 3 times 10 is 30. 60 minus 30 equals 30. So our second y value is 30. Beautiful. Push ahead to the next slide. Solve each equation for x. So we have 2x plus 8 times 3 equals 16. Well, we know what 8 times 3 is. That gets us a number. So we have 2x plus 24 equals 16. And then we can subtract this 24 on both sides to get 2x equals 16 minus 24. It's going to be negative. It's going to be a negative 8. Yes. And then divide both sides by 2. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. So for the first one, we have x equals negative 4. And for the second one, we have two variables. So we have 2x plus 8y equals 16. But we're solving for x. So we're going to move this 8y to the other side. And we have 2x equals 16 minus 8y. And then to get x completely alone, we're going to divide everything by 2. So we get x equals 16 divided by 2 is 8. Negative 8y divided by 2 is a negative 4y. So we have x equals 8 minus 4y. Beautiful. Get that down, get what you need, and then push to the next slide. Connecting graphs and linear equations. So which equation is equivalent to 6x plus 2y equals 12? So to transfer it into our slope-intercept form, we want to solve for y. So we want to move this x term to the other side first. And then we get 2y equals 12 minus 6x. And then we're going to divide everything by 2 to get y equals 12 divided by 2 is 6. Negative 6x divided by 2 is a negative 3x. So we have this one, y equals 6 minus 3x. So you can show your work on the whiteboard and then just type in here, work on whiteboard, or you can explain those steps in the chat box and then push to the next slide. Ariana spent a total of $18 on dried berries and oats. Berries are $6 per pound and dried oats are $3 per pound. Write an equation for this relationship where x is the number of berries and y is the number of oats. So berries is $6 times X plus $3 for oats times the number of oats, and that's going to be equal to 18. Beautiful. If we want to graph it, we can put it into slope-intercept form, or we can think of our intercepts. So our x-intercept, right, means y is 0. So we have 6x plus 3 times 0 equals 18. 3 times 0 is 0, so we just get 6x equals 18. Divide both sides by 6, and we get x equals 3. So our x-intercept is 3, and our y-intercept is when x is 0. So we have 6 times 0 plus 3y equals 18. So that's 3y equals 18. Divide both sides by 3 to get y equals 6. So our y-intercept is 6. So we put that dot on 6 on the y-axis, and our x-intercept is 3. So there's our graph. And we solved that by using our intercepts. Beautiful. Push ahead to the next slide. Amoli can spend as much as $4 on oranges. Each orange is 50 cents. So we have 50 cents times each orange is X, and he can spend as much as $4. So it's going to be less than or equal to $4. Here we go. Show or describe all the number of ranges that Amoli can purchase with $4. So to solve this for X, we divide both by 0.50, and we get X is less than or equal to, in our calculator, 4 divided by 0.5 is 8. So Amoli can get 8 oranges or anything less than that. So he can buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Beautiful. Look at the next slide. Which graph represents this inequality? So we have negative 5x is greater than or equal to 15. So we'll want to divide both sides by negative 5. When we do that, when we divide by a negative, we have to flip that sign. 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3. So because it's less than or equal to, it's going to be a closed circle, and it's less than negative 3. So it's going to be shaded to the left. So that's this option right here. We have that closed circle on negative 3, and it's shaded to the left. Beautiful. Lesson 10, solve this inequality. So we have negative 5x plus 2 is less than or equal to 12. So first we can subtract 2 on both sides to get negative 5x is less than or equal to 10. Divide by negative 5. Because we're dividing by a negative, we flip the sign. 10 divided by negative 5 is negative 2. So we have x is greater than or equal to negative 2. If we were to graph it here, if this is negative 2, we'll have a closed circle on negative 2, and it's greater, so it's going to be shaded to the right, like so. Beautiful. We have 6 slides left, so come back and check part 2 of the video for the last 6 slides. See you in the next video.